makes me feel numb. I just want to find someone. Feeling lost and out of place. Empty eyes look upon my face. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. I just want to find someone to take me home, 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 take me home. Take me take me wish that I could belong. I've been searching for so long. This place I'm in makes me feel numb. I just want to find someone. Feeling lost and out of place. Empty eyes look upon my face. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. I just want to find someone to take me home, 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 take me
And welcome to the OS World Cup 2018. And it is finals week 1. We are approaching endgame now. 6 teams are remaining. And in the next 2 weeks we'll decide who will be the champion. I am Doomsday, and I am joined today by the lovely, the one, the only, Bubble Man. What's up, dude?
Hello, hello. Doing very well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just had a nice apple. It was tasty. Ooh.
Yeah, a couple of digestives.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dark chocolate digestives too, so the good kind.
That's the best kind, legit. You know what else is tasty, though? This matchup.
Oh, yes.
Russia and Canada. Losers bracket matchup. One of these two are going to be going home today.
It's a matchup that's happened already in this tournament as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Quite a few weeks ago now, though. That was in the round of 16. These two went at it.
As you can see up on the screen, definitely got a bone to pick with each other, I guess. Canada beat Russia in the round of 16, 6-3. And then later on in that bracket, Canada lost to the United Kingdom and dropped down into the losers bracket to find Russia again, who'd been on a hot tear actually.
Yeah, they really have. They've really gone up the gears as the rounds have progressed. To be honest, in that matchup when they faced Canada, it was a bit of a surprise actually, because Canada were really dominant in that match, especially in the first half. They were definitely the stronger team in the previous matchup, but yeah, once Russia dropped down, man, they've been so much stronger.
One of them teams that performs well under pressure, maybe?
Probably, yeah. Maybe the harder maps as well benefit them a bit more.
That could be it. They do have some major talent on the team this year. Of course, coming into this tournament as one of the higher seeded teams. And then Canada coming in as a high seed, not a top seed. Russia, I think, seeded 5th. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm actually not sure. They're definitely one of the top seeds, I know that much. They have a lot of higher ranking players in the roster for sure. One of the big reasons that they've been so strong though in the last few rounds has just been a couple of individual performances, especially in the last round. Red Pixel for the Russian team. The standout MVP for the previous match against Taiwan, and the one before that as well against Norway. He has been a massive driving force once the match started getting really nasty.
Whereas on the other side, the Canadian side, they took themselves through the winners bracket. Thanks not just in part to the work of Aza, UK, Stoof, even Trevor Asher, in fact.
Yeah, Trev's been a...
Yuki-chan. A couple of names we've not seen really before, but they've just appeared, stepped up, and played really, really well.
Yeah, I was saying Trev's a curious one, because Trev is essentially their sort of wild card tournament player who has actually been one of the strongest players for the Canadian side this year. Eddie as well has shown up really well. He wasn't there last week, and it did hurt him a bit missing Eddie. But hopefully he'll be here for this one. And I think they'll need it, because this Russian team has been a steam train the last couple of rounds. They're going to take some stopping, I think.
And of course, certainly not least Squapple, our boy.
Oh yeah.
Over from the UK not long before OWC, got the flag change. Now lives in Canada, playing for the Canadian side.
Yep, got a little bit of us in Canada. But it's okay, there's no bias here.
No bias.
Completely
No
impartial.
bias at all.
Nope.
Go on, Squapple.
But yeah, for sure, the way Canada have been, they've definitely been a stronger early game team, but they have the individuals on this sort of map pool where single carries are very possible on a lot of these maps. And even against a team like Russia, which have had a lot of momentum, depending on how the Canadians show up, there is every chance they can nick maps off this via one player. And you gotta say, some of their players have been doing pretty well. I mean, Aza just won a Grand Finals top tier TV2 tournament, so he's going to be confident in his own abilities.
Oh, did he?
He won RNG, yeah.
Oh, very nice.
He won the bracket reset, came through the losers bracket, had to win twice.
Awesome.
So he's going to be confident.
I must admit, I wasn't actually following that. I dropped all tournaments once OWC roll around.
Yeah, I just about caught that. I was lurking the stream and he was playing the last couple maps.
That's cool to know, though.
Yeah. Of course, before we get into things, just do a quick rundown on how this weekend's gonna work. For today, this is the only matchup we have for you on stream. The remainders are going to be happening tomorrow. And of course, because a lot of these matches are via losers bracket, many teams have to play twice. So here's how things are going to be working out with as many permutations. At 10 UTC, Germany versus Japan is going to happen. That's the other losers bracket matchup currently set. And then depending on who wins what, different matches will be happening at different times. So if Russia win and Germany win, the Russia versus Germany match will be happening at 1400. If Russia win and then Japan win, match will be at 1500. If Canada win and Japan win, they will play at 1600. And if Canada win and Germany win, that matchup happens at 1800. So depending on who wins, the matches will be happening at different times. If you want clarification on that, all the times will be on the wiki page for the OWC 2018. So it's all there. You don't have to remember that. And of course, after that, the remaining winners bracket match between the UK and the US is happening at 2000 UTC. So that's how this weekend is going to be going.
Of course, we will have an update for you on which two matches aren't going to happen after this match, because one of these teams is going home.
Yeah. I've one piece of that decided now, as the players slowly filter in.
We'll be looking towards warm-ups now.
Yep. Hoping they got some slick things set up. Usually do. I think both these teams do like their proper warm-ups though. They don't usually fool around, these two. No messing.
No meme warm-ups here. Although we might see some Russian hard base. Who knows?
Oh yeah. That'd be pretty sick.
Surprised there's no We Are the Rats. I would have thought that was an Azer anthem at this point.
Actually, has anyone picked that yet? I don't even know if anyone's done that yet. I'd be surprised if they don't.
Oh, what was it called? What's the Akali map that Azer asked him to map?
Oh, was it Cosmic Railroad, right?
I think so, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
surprised he hasn't picked that yet.
Yeah. It's even got the Azer logo in it. Got that brand recognition going.
Free advertisement.
I mean, there's already 3 in the Canada name, I suppose. It's already there. 3 A's.
I suppose. As we wait for people to get into the lobby, let's take a look at how the teams have done leading up to this point. The red side, Russia. Russians came through a group with Chile, Japan, and Spain. And they seem to do really well. They came out on top of their group. But in every match, they dropped at least one map. And against Japan, they dropped 3.
Yeah.
So they looked strong. Japan, of course, were in the semi-finals last week. Lost to the US and took 2 maps off them. The first they've lost in the knockout stages so far. So, judging by that, Russia could have very easily been in that spot.
Yeah, it's definitely very possible. But like, obviously Japan's been a really strong team this year as well. And with that being in groups, you know, the matchups are going to be much closer, just coming down to oddness here and there.
The other side, Canada, in groups, they faced Sweden, Germany, and Indonesia. And they came out second in their group, in fact, losing out to Germany 5-2.
Yeah. It was a pretty strong win for Germany on that one, to be fair.
And then, of course, you move into the round of 16, and there you have it. Canada-Russia match.
That's where they faced off. And, of course, it was an upset at the time. But, I mean, both teams being in the finals, I guess Canada's just that strong. But yeah, Canada did win that one 6-3. Started out really strong for Canada. I believe they ran out 3-0 in the early stages, and then Russia slowly fought back, but couldn't really claw much ground back. it wasn't quite decisive for the Canadians.
There was no real definitive notion on which side's better than what, or better at what either.
Yeah, because I mean, looking at the maps that got traded in that match, there was no real clear mod where one seemed stronger than the other. I mean, it was on round of 16, so the maps weren't terribly, like, challenging to the point where one seemed massively stronger than the other, but it seemed like they just traded blows on all sorts of mods, so there's not a lot you can glean. Although, Canada, historically not being a double-time team, did win 2 double-time picks against one of the strongest double-time teams in Russia, which is curious, but that's new Canada for you.
Which is impressive. The thing about the lower star rating maps, I say lower, and take that with a pinch of salt, because they were already about 6 stars by the time round of 16 hit, is you can sort of think that the slower sections in the harder maps, the 7-star maps, are rated around 6 stars. So we can kind of get a notion of how consistent these teams are at the basics, if you will.
Yeah.
How much of a grasp they have on the game itself, without getting into gimmicks and big spacing and long spaced streams and all of the stuff you like to identify in the harder maps.
Seeing that Camellia come out.
Oh,
My first guess would be this is a Canada pick, but I mean, hard to call. That's my guess, though.
I think I would have guessed the same. They're taking mods on it as well. Azer and UK with Hidden, Trevor Asher with Hard Rock. And a full no mod for Russia. Do you think this is going to give some indication of what they're going to pick?
Maybe because it's the first map, it might just be a way to just ease in. I don't know if this would necessarily indicate what they're going to pick. I feel like Canada just have a lot of players that like their Hidden. I mean, Azer and UK play Hidden the majority of the time they play, so. Trev's choice is curious, though. That Hard Rock.
6.3 stars, not hard enough already for you?
Not enough. Where's my 7th star, man?
But of course, Trev, their wildcard tournament player, showing what he's made of.
So no doubt, he was one of the stronger players of this Canadian roster, coming out from the tournament scene. He's consistently been one of the decent players. I think he actually had the highest sort of percentage max score of any of his teammates last match. In terms of the max score he could have gotten in the maps he played, he was the highest out of them all.
Big contributor of score for his team. But of course, not far behind him, Yuki-chan and then Azer. UK. They're all up there.
Like, everyone contributes in this team. It's not a one-man team, this. Although on those gimmick maps, definitely you could see that. Last week, Yuki-chan had an excellent FC on the AR8 Hidden map. The Ding pick. Excellent low AR player. And the UK, such a strong, mechanically focused player. So good on the harder stuff, and this map pool has a lot that he could flex on, potentially. I think in terms of just sheer mechanical ability, the UK might be the best player out of any of these teams on his day. Although he doesn't play a lot of tournaments, he has done decently lately, and he had some strong performances last week on particular maps. But he's very particular in the kind of maps he plays. But the thing is, the real question is, these players are good. But can they counter Red Pixel, who has been unstoppable? Ridiculous performances. He was one of the MVPs of the whole round last week.
Of course, Russia coming from losers bracket, you get a little bit more of an average. You get more information on them that you can draw conclusions from. Red Pixel, the percentage max, the highest percentage maxed on Canada's side was from Trevor Asher. I can tell you that was 63%, so 63% of a possible million points is an average of about 630,000 points. Red Pixel, his percentage max was 75%.
That's very high for this round. I don't think it was the highest, but it was top 3 out of all the players in terms of individual performances. It's kind of crazy.
And that's over 13 maps.
Yep.
So he scored an average of 750,000 points over an average of more than 10 maps, which is insane. Can he repeat it on a map pool this hard? I see no reason he can't.
We'll see how it goes, but God, that's consistency on a map pool like this. Oh, good luck with that.
That's not to discredit the rest of the team either. Aiden, Halometry, Axu, Fallen, all had above 60%. It's an average of more than 600,000 points on every pick.
If there isn't a single player on the Russian side you wouldn't be terrified of in this situation. Just across the board, they have so much quality. So much quality. Opinatore, brilliant in player, brilliant technical player as well on some pretty sick maps. And Solo recently had some decent plays. Neko DS has been a solid performer as well. Aliometry, another incredible mechanically focused player. Of course, Talalar and Fallen, two mainstays of the Russian team for years and years. Honestly, it's almost a surprise they haven't been right at the very end of these tournaments in previous years. But it's because they tend to drop off at the final stage. But we know they have the ability.
Even then, I wouldn't even say they drop off at the final stage. They have the ability, but they've never just sort of realised it before. They've never been in a position to push themselves up to the top. Whereas this year, either everything's fallen into place or they've managed to keep their head screwed on straight. Looking ahead, looking at the goal, and now they're close to it. Closer than they've ever been before.
We say the same about Canada as well. Now, I mean, I didn't check this before we went into the cast, but when was the last time a non-top seeded team was in the top 4 of this tournament? When was the last time that happened?
That was top 4?
Yeah. Because, well, essentially the winner of this will be guaranteed at least top 4, so...
If you said top 6, Taiwan did it last year. But top 4, I'm not too certain.
The last time I remember that happening was... I think I might be wrong. I want to say 2013, but I think it happened after. 2013 was when UK was 4th, the high seed. But the thing is, if Canada win this, and also by extension, if Japan beat Germany, that'll be a non-top seed in top 4 for first time in God knows how many years. That's 2 chances for that, which is kind of nuts. 2 teams could potentially break that.
Just sort of goes to show the level of competition we have. High seeds getting into top 6. In fact, 1/3 of the teams in top 6. If you put it in those words, then holy.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Was this Canada pick or was this Russia pick? Now I'm confused.
Oh, gosh. There was a bone. I didn't check chat to see who posted certain warm-ups.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is literally a UK map.
And it seems like he swapped out for it, yeah. This is Russia's.
Ah. Nice of them. Yeah, have your own map. Why not?
And it's Russia's turn to have mods on this, actually. Fallen Neko taking Hard Rock. Axie with Hidden, and Yuki-chan on the other side taking Hidden as well. I think that's a full swap out for Canada. Everyone getting a chance to warm up. So we can see everyone's here.
Yep, Eddie is here. So Eddie does make an appearance. He didn't play last week for Canada, but we have a full squad now for them.
I don't think it was a full swap out for Russia, actually. I haven't seen Elementary. I think he's known as Kitsu Onosu now.
He hasn't appeared for the warm-ups.
So missing Elementary, could that hurt them?
I guess we'll see once the maps go on whether he's around or not. He might just not need a warm-up. But if we don't have Alimetry, that is going to hurt a lot. On a map pool like this, you want those mechanically minded players for some of these maps.
Look at these streams.
We should mention this is 7 stars without any mods.
Yeah, I mean... Throwbacks to last week when GN played a Jesse map with Hidden and FC'd it. This is kind of a similar performance right now. I really don't blame him for missing on that slider stream.
That slider stream is just filthy.
Disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting.
But he hit everything else. This is probably still an S.
Oh yeah, it might be slider breaks, you're right. What the hell? I just want to mention, yeah, I was lurking the stream during that GN play on the that warm up. Oh my goodness.
GN doing GN things.
What the hell was that?
Oh, I saw a miss.
Oh, but no S, but still pretty nutty there from Fallen. And nutty from Axu B as well. He's getting a sick combo on this.
Hidden streams nothing to snuff at. So, Russia definitely have the talent. They are showing up. Early game, they're showing up incredibly strong. This isn't even a map pool pick. This is something they're probably comfortable on. But maybe haven't practiced too much.
It's raring to go, it seems, right off the bat. Stoof as well, holding 99% on that play. He's ready to... Stoof, one of their core players. Very good hard rock player. With solid accuracy, one of his strongest strengths. Although combo is more important at this stage in the tournament, AC is going to be a big factor when everyone has 95%. But man, gotta say, Russia's looking ready.
Stoof with the S rank.
And 99% to boot.
I think that combo was even from the start, so maybe just a miss in the middle. This is going to be a good one. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, both teams are looking strong. Both teams are looking ready. But that is the final warm-up. Definitely 2 proper warm-ups. No messing around here. No fooling around. They mean business.
No fooling around from the pool either. This pool this week is...
Oh my god.
difficult.
Yeah. I mean, it is fun. Gotta have some tricky maps at this stage, and we got them. I can imagine everything will freeze or be one chat I'll want to see a couple times.
I think everything will freeze, but one Russia will want to see.
Absolutely.
We'll see what they ban. Aza winning the roll. 83-20.
Oof. Destruction.
All skill. Calculated.
Yeah, practice your rolls. It's important.
Doesn't matter how well you can click circles if you can't roll.
Like, can't roll. What are you even doing here? Alright, first ban going to Russia, and they do ban free mod 1, which is a curious ban.
I would say they ban that because it's very hidden favored. And if Canada want to pick that, they're going to take hidden. Whereas Russia are more forced to take hard rock just because of where the direction their players are leaning.
Historically, Russia have lost more free mods than they've won. They haven't had much luck with that this tournament. Relatively. And yeah, I think it's a good shot. Canada have so many good hidden players. A lot of them are going to have no problem just throwing on hidden and taking that mod slot without any issue.
As well as its low approach rate. It's approach rate 9, so the density's up there when you play it with no mod.
Now, I don't think those other... Well, I mean, free mod 2, Nanatsu Kyoto might be another decent one for Canada. Everything will freeze, it certainly won't be though. That's going to be a Russia favourite one.
As they think DT1 might, Hitoshi Kimino.
That's the AR8 double time then. Quite
And then they
streamy.
go AR 8.8. Interesting.
Yeah, this is a curious set of picks of bans. So they banned the low AR, sort of oldish DT, and then gone into the more modern DT, which is very stream heavy.
Well, Red Pixel, you know how good he is on faster, more awkward maps. Has an FC on Crazy J. 278 BPM awkward jumps. So we know he's comfortable with that. We kind of know the rest of the team are going to follow Talala, Fallen.
This sort of map, Russia have been good on as well in previous. This sort of modern streamy DT has been decent for Russia in the past, but Canada going straight into the eye of the beast on this one. Now, Canada, like I say, historically they haven't been great at DT, but this year they've been quite good at it. They've been a much stronger double time team this year. They beat Australia. I nearly said Austria. Australia on a high approach rate DT. Oh yeah, one's red, one's blue. So if they could beat Australia on a solid DT pick like this, why not Russia, I suppose? I don't know. We'll see.
I think they have a slightly better shot at beating Russia, actually, than Australia. And just because I think Australia were the stronger team. We just saw how they played last week against Germany on the 10.3 pick. It was an incredible near full-way FC. It would have been one of only 2, I think. But of course, it's not last week. It's this week. Finals week. Different map pool, different maps, different skill sets being tested. And we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah. I wonder how Canada's going to deal with the pressure. This is the first time they've been on a win or die precipice here. At least in this tournament.
Some longer streams here. More finger control required. Let's see who's gonna trip up, and it's Red Pixel. Ooh. The only one to trip on that section. Now that's a tough section. I would have expected more people to fall, and I would have expected Red Pixel to hold. He misses again. Followed by Stoof. Everyone sees the score.
It's mighty close, but advantage Russia at this point.
Ooh. More of an advantage to Russia. Talala, Trevrash, and Squapple missed just before the chorus. But Aiden drops his FC. Red Pixel building up his combo. And Trev missing again.
It's incredibly even. Minor combo
incredibly even.
Yeah, I think.
It is now Stoof breaks. Mecha DS holding strong. Squapple missing, Stoof missing. Combos falling on the Canadian side.
Yeah, that stream
on the
section's
board
massive.
holding strong. The accuracy on Ryuke, just keeping them in it.
That's incredible. He has over 100k more than Neko DS's with his FC. Solely off back. But it might not be enough. Although Red Pixel does fail, it should be able to revive, I think.
Oh, big collapse! Neko falls! Stoof and Trev Rusher on the other side, but is there enough time for UK to bring it back? There is not.
No, not quite. That was a valiant attempt though. Ryuk, what on earth was that? Incredible, but it's not enough for the Canadians here.
That was a big performance. Didn't
Neko DS,
quite get it. Oh.
It was a decent team performance, really, that saved Russia's blushes there. Neko DS with the highest run for the Russian team there. But generally, they just had a little bit more, but it was mighty close. Canada nearly nicking a DT pick off of a DT nation there. But it wasn't to be. Next pick goes to Russia. And what do they do? There's one DT remaining. It's an AR9 DT, so more high approach rate there.
And this one, when it was picked to put in the map pool, there were no DTFCs on it. Absolutely barren. It was only hard rocks, hidden hard rocks.
Yep. Nothing at all. It's quite an awkward one. It's an awkward high AR DT. I don't think it's necessarily that safe of a pick for Russia, considering how Canada did on that, though. But it is there.
But Canada may be prepared to start 2-0 down, just so they can take one of Russia's picks off the table. Maybe playing for the late game rather than the early game.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Pick the ball back up when Russia drop it later on. But of course, that relies on them actually dropping it.
Yeah, Canada's a team that likes to play the mental game. They've been known in matches in the past to do that. Against Australia, they did that, and it worked out well for them. Picking straight into the strengths of the other team.
And it was... What a match that was.
Good God, man. If you haven't seen that match, Canada versus Australia, you need to go watch it. You just need to. It's the match of the tournament so far. It was amazing.
You can say all you want. Osu is an aim game, Osu is a rhythm game. No, it's not any of those things. It's a mental game. It relies on your confidence, comfort. Canada masters. Trying to make their opponent uncomfortable, make them doubt themselves. And maybe even this has made Russia doubt themselves slightly. They're not as in front as they thought they were.
They are really thinking this one through. I think they're swapping team colours as well. Got it mixed up in the room. Canada really wanted red, clearly. Wanted them home colours.
They have taken the map Enigma. Seemingly hasn't come through yet.
Alright, so they're going for the no mod then this time around.
Mm-hmm.
No mod streams. There are a lot of streams in this map pool. This is one of the most streamy in the entire pool. Once it gets in there. Go on, Script Chan, you can do it.
Smaller circle size on this one. It goes down to about circle size 5, if I remember correctly. Need to precisely follow streams.
There we go. Now we're in business.
Picked it up.
Even though this map is very heavily streamy, there are some minor 1/3 sections you got to be careful of, like 1/3 triplets that change a lot in spacing and have cut streams between them. Take a lot of control to do those. And not only do you have to deal with longer spaced streams, you've got to switch up quickly into finger control and aim control. But they do appear at the start. After that, it's generally all streams.
There's also a short trill at the end. Call it a trill. So one over 6 burst. Much faster than the streams in the rest of the map. Nearly 300 BPM. If it catches you out, you drop a few notes. You're not streaming quite fast enough.
Alright. We'll be just a sec. Have to sort something out with the client real quick and we'll bring you the next map. Bear with us for just a moment. They're currently starting the map, but we should bring that to you in just a moment. Hopefully.
We did see Russia play really well on streams in the warm-up. Probably a good pick for them, this one. Just sort of following on Hard Rock. Just absolutely destroy the map.
Yeah, if they do anything like that, then yeah, they're going to be pretty decent at that. Alright, we might not be able to bring you this map, but bear with us. They currently are playing. We'll get you the result if you can't see it. But I would hazard a guess and say this is a good one for Russia. We'll see how it is when the dust settles. It's only a short map, so it shouldn't be too long. It's like just below 2 minutes. But it looks like we might have to skip over to the next match. Our apologies for that. But it looks like they did just finish that map. And we can confirm that it actually was a win from Russia. They did win that pick, and they won it very handily by almost 1 million points.
984,000. That's a big margin. Especially in a 4v4. Maximum score for each player, as I mentioned, 1 million points. So
Nice.
for a 1 million point gap to happen, then definitely looks dominating from one team.
It was actually not only that, but it was a almost 1 million score gap without an FC. The highest score was Red Pixel with 781k. There wasn't an FC on that map. But nevertheless, big win for Russia. We'll bring you the next one in just a minute. Just bear with us while we sort out the client.
Looks like they've picked already, just in time to catch that one. Hidden one.
Hidden one.
Is it Utsukishi Koroku? The disco rhythmic map. Another approach rate 9, this one.
Yeah, this is a... Yeah, it's standard approach rate, but the mapping is very, very tricky. It's mapped by Disco, this. There we go. Mapped by Disco, who is very well known for very unconventional mapping. Lots of tricky rhythms, lots of tricky velocity changes, and weird little burst stream things. It's quite strange, but the approach rate's comfortable, but the patterns aren't.
Lots of 1/3 in this. Lots of repeat sliders. Moving quickly into it. We'll be bringing you that in just a second. Just in time yet again.
Hell yeah.
This definitely a more Canadian pick, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this is exactly the sort of thing you'd expect them to be good at. They have a lot of players good on this sort of map. Not least of which Aza, who's very well known for being good at this sort of thing. But Yuki-chan's a very solid reading player as well, proved it in previous rounds. Got a good lineup for this. Okinatori's in there though as well, good at this sort of technical styling a map. And there's Alimetri, he does make an appearance.
Some misses across the board on those sliders, but Axu holding combo. Going to be pulling the lead over to Russia, but another set. Everyone hits them. A couple of misses afterwards. Not going to matter too much. The lead will flick back over, but a couple of misses from UK and Vinxis to match up.
Axu be putting in some work in these early stages. Solid FC so far, the only one remaining on this map.
You just had to say that, didn't you?
It remained on this map.
Big drops, Okinotori, Axu, and Vinxis on the
But
Canadian
Aza.
side. Aiden as well, only combo now on Alumetri, Kitsu on Hosu. And I just had to go and say it, he's dropped it.
Oh my goodness.
Ball's on the floor.
We were doing so well
Canada's
for the
whip in and
curses.
pick it up.
This slow bit's going to benefit them a lot. Little combo from Yuki-chan and that major one from Aza. Should be getting a nice little cushion once it gets to the next tough section. But it really is up to those two to hold on combo because Russia are building up some little combos themselves across the board.
Aza and Vinxis are down.
Oh dear.
The combos on Russia, they have the advantage. 4 combos build faster than 2, but the lead, 30k, will it be enough? They have space to breathe, but only just. They're running out of oxygen. Kitsu on Osu makes an air hole for them, but another miss from Aza. The lead flicks over to Russia. Okinotori drops.
Oh, it's
combos
close.
to 2. High combo on Vinxis if he can hold that.
And
The lead's
Ryuke.
growing. Actually misses in the outro, the sliders.
Hang on, they
There's
might
enough
reel them
time.
in.
It's going to be accuracy. Accuracy is going to decide this. Accuracy on the final 4 circles.
Oh, misses at the end. A bunch of misses on those last slowdowns, but it's not going to matter. That is a Canadian point. And as you said, it is based off the AC. The team AC is stronger on the Canadian side, not least helped by Aza's 98.4 there.
Now, I've heard the expression "skin of your teeth."
I think that was the bloody plaque on the skin of the teeth.
Jeez.
That could have easily switched one way or the other with so many misses on that last bit.
Unfortunately, I think it was 2 on Russia and 1 on Canada. The slight bit of extra accuracy down the drain from Russia, I think, gave that to Canada. That was close, and that was a Canada pick. That's what they need. They go from picking into Russia to picking into their strengths. They've got that point on the board.
Yep. No early 3-0 here for Russia. Canada still within striking distance. But Russia with the next pick to try and extend that lead once more. Like I said, that was a Canadian pick, but that was not comfortable by any stretch. So,
Calculated.
oh yeah, that's the
You
word.
know how much
calculate.
they like to play the mental game. They were playing that perfectly, to the T. Lulling the
yeah.
Russians into a false sense of security.
Yep. So they press tab and they see they're ahead, and at the end they're not snatch it away from them. But real talk though, that's going to be a real kick in the teeth for Russia because they probably knew that that was a strong Canada pick, and it would have been big if they won that, and they very nearly did. So yeah, no doubt, the way they recover from that is going to be important. It is only early days though.
Early days indeed. There are another 12 maps left in the map pool. This next one is going to be Russia's. Free mod 3. They pick into it.
Oh, there it is. It's time to go fast. It is everything will freeze. On the extra diff, do you really think we'd make him play time freeze? Are you insane? But this one is an absolute monstrous stamina test. Regardless.
Yeah, maybe if we had grand finals, then maybe time freeze would possibly make an appearance.
You know what? That actually wouldn't be an unrealistic shout. Probably. The way these pulls have been going. But of course, this is a free mod pick, meaning that 2 players on each team need to pick a mod. And well, if anyone picks Hard Rock, I salute you. But I don't think we'll be seeing that. I think it's going to be a set of hiddens. But it depends on how Rush is feeling. Do you have some good Hard Rock players? So maybe they might prove me wrong.
We will see. The streams aren't incredibly spaced, but they're spaced enough to where Hard Rock starts becoming an issue. Ryu K.
Oh my goodness. Hang on. Ryu K? Are you okay?
Sure, bud.
Are you okay, Ryu K?
Whatever floats your boat.
Well, you
Will
know
that
what?
pay off?
This is Ryu K. This is probably the kind of map he's not too uncomfortable on. Maybe that won't bother him
He
too
does
much.
have number 1 on time freeze.
Oh god, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Very recent score. And we saw he played very, very well on Zoka before the DT2. Similar approach rate. Approach rate 10, but with hidden this one, I think he's more comfortable on hidden. He does drop a miss, followed up by Talala. One modded player on each side has lost the combo. Oh, Aza playing Tap X. As I said, streams are spaced enough to where Hard Rock becomes an issue, but hey, it's hidden. Circles are big enough. The shake from Tap X isn't going to move you away from them too far. Or is it? He misses. On the other side, Aiden XUB. XUB missing again, as well as Trev. There's no FCs left on Canada.
Just Red Pixel left, and he's got some 99% to boot. Talala recovering well as well.
And that's going to be a big blow to their lead. It's all gone. Disintegrated.
Map's pretty consistent in style, it doesn't change a lot.
It does have an element of progressive difficulty though. The easier parts are at the start. Slowly spaces out. It's hard to see. Definitely difficult to notice the spacing increase, but once you get to the end and compare it to the start, you start to realize that these streams are actually quite spaced.
And the next nasty set in the second chorus.
Talala the only miss. Ah, I said that, Trevor Asher.
Following up, but Talala had the larger combo. Still advantage Russia though, but only by a whisker. They ain't going to be getting much further. The way it stands. Entering the solo. Man, VUK holding 1k combo with hidden Hard Rock, but no, he loses it.
All you have to do is say his name. Hidden Hard Rock. What a ballsy pick.
That's ridiculous. He has the highest score on his team too. What were we to doubt him, I suppose?
Yeah, highest score on his team doesn't really mean the highest score in the lobby though. Look at Red Pixel. You know he's comfortable with this. He knows he's comfortable with this, and I think Russia know they're comfortable with this. 3 1k combos on their side. Talala breaks with the hidden. Aiden and Axu drop theirs as well. Trev and Stoof hold on.
Oh my god, Red Pixel. He's still got 99% too. Incredible stuff from him. He's pulling up again. Wow.
What a play.
Turns out it was going to be a good pick for Russia that, again, it wasn't massively dominating, although at the end they did manage to pull away. A good team performance once again. 3 1K combos plus, and that FC from Russia.
Possibly a questionable decision from UK, I think. If he'd have taken Hidden, or if he'd have let somebody else take a mod, I'm almost certain he could have FC'd that. He's got the FC on time freeze to show. He can play this kind of thing, he has the stamina for it, and he has the aim, the reading, everything's there.
Yeah, perhaps he wants to be the one to take the mod and let his team have the no mod, I suppose, to make them a bit more comfortable. Although, yeah, if you give him no mod or Hidden, you would have guaranteed a very good combo from him. But the combo he had with Hidden Hard Rock certainly wasn't much to be sniffed at. But yeah, it wasn't enough. It would have been a lot closer, maybe, had he just taken a Hidden. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Next pick does go to Canada. They can regroup here.
And they're still that 2 points down that they started with. If it was their plan, it's yet to bear fruit. But there's still time. Each team still has 4 picks left, 4 maps to choose.
Yeah, both low AR picks are open as well. Russia have banned a lot of low AR in the previous matches. And that's on lower pools. These ones, of course, are a lot more difficult, and Canada have some good players on those sort of maps.
In fact, I'd like to say that there wasn't a round where they didn't ban the AR8 Hidden.
It's not their stomping ground. Although they should be decent on it, they've really wanted to avoid it. Oh, here comes the Hard Rock. Hard Rock 3, it's Cygnus.
Quite interestingly enough, it's always been a double time ban from Canada.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at the stats. I was so curious when double time comes out for the Canadians and they do well on it, even though they seem to want to avoid it.
Maybe it's just a certain map style, a map type. Maybe they know they can play DT, but they know they can't play a certain style of DT.
So this next pick, Cygnus, this is the low circle size map of the Hard Rock pool. Circle size 6.5.
Another rather streamy pick.
Yeah. Quite a few space streams in this, which have accelerating spacing on them as well. Although I would say this is one of the more standard ones in terms of its actual patterning. It is still quite streamy, and there is a stream at the end, so there is quite a bit of fail potential on this one if you're not careful.
Talking about fail potential, we did see 2 fails from Canada in their match against Australia, I think it was, where they dropped on a stream map. What was it called? Origami?
Oh yeah, Avagami, yeah. Yeah, that did
Maybe
happen.
they've learned their lesson. You would hope they've learned their lesson.
Yeah, no fails this time, lads.
Stoof him for this one, we get to see his Hard Rock. But is this a good pick for Canada, or is this a better pick from Russia, would you say?
I think this is going to be quite a close one. I think on this sort of map, they both should have decent ability on it. But it was the Canadian pick. The head-to-head on Hard Rock picks are very close between the two. Roughly 50-50 split.
Ooh, unfortunate miss from Azer on that stacked note. Fallen following it up. Advantage Canada. Short one, this one. There's not much content of this. Big streams. Ryuke, Stoof, and Kitsu on Osu. Followed up by Talala as well. Everyone Everyone missing. Neko, Stoof, Eddie. Combo completely resets. Fallen versus Aza right now with a big advantage to Canada. Eddie missing again, followed by Talala, is going to keep that even. Neko DS drops the combo he'd been building. Aza misses. There goes the 300 that he'd been holding. Now as Fallen holds on, which we know he can on streams. We saw it in the warm-ups. Ryuke Aza missing again.
It's Fallen's time to shine here. Easy part, but final stream coming up here. And he's got to hit it.
Some big misses, some big fails. Eddie drops, Talala drops.
Oh, the fails. Mighty close in the end, but it looks like that's going to be the edge to Russia on this one. Eddie with more score than Talala on that one. But it turns out that's going to be the difference. Unfortunate that. Fallen managing to finish that off.
Oh man.
That's this map for you. That stream at the end doesn't take any prisoners. Claims 2 players here. Look like a decent pick for Canada in the early stages, although that one caused a lot of problems from players. Aza doing well in that middle section to keep his team in it, and then following up at the end.
Who were the fails on that one? Eddie and Talala, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you that actually, Talala had the highest score.
Oh.
The MP link says Talala had 538k, whereas Eddie had 537. I think there were some big accuracy drops on that final stream. I think Stoof missed a lot.
Oh,
there was a lot of misses coming out.
Looks like Alimetry had 643 on that. It was a major score loss there from both of them. Both of them had over 500k. Talala and Eddie. A lot of score on them, both of them.
But in the end, I don't think the fail mattered. They were completely even on score on the two players that dropped. I think it was the accuracy at the end that knocked the nail into the coffin. And a similar story to Utsukushi Kadoku, actually. Another flip at the end.
That's rough. This one really has been it's been a close one in terms of the results. Although the major scoreline is looking very rosy for Russia. Not many definitive wins apart from Enigma. Enigma's the only real big definitive win on this one so far.
And now they've got that extra break point that Canada, I don't think, wanted to give to them. Now they're playing from behind. Russia, just too strong.
Scary team.
Only just. Scary.
It hasn't been decisive. Canada can still claw this back if the odds are in their favour. And I think this is not a bad shout for Canada as well. I think this one's quite an even one between these two. Platinum, no mod. Marucci mapping, very slider heavy. Very modern, technical. Some cut streams in the middle. Sounds like a map we would have thought Canada would have picked.
Sounds like an Aza map.
It does.
But on the same vein, sounds like an Aza map with hidden. He's definitely a hidden main. It's very obvious to see when you look at his YouTube channel, you look at when he streams. Always playing with hidden. Never takes hidden off. So how good is he with no mod? Because of course playing too much hidden can impact your reading.
Big slider jumps. Claiming a few players. 2 on each team. 2 FCs to 2.
This map doesn't slow down. Constant go. And it keeps catching Okinotari and Red Pixel. Can't hold the combo. Alimetry as well. lost his full combo in the intro.
Yep, just fallen left for Russia here with his FC against 2 from Canada.
When Aza with the drop lost his big combo, the full combo. Fallen versus Vinxis now, and Aza and Stoof miss again. So as do Vinxis and Fallen. No FCs on the board now.
Oh, Vinxis is not happy, although he does have top score in his team. He breaks just before the slow part, although that part is one of the tougher ones. That stream there is not easy.
Ryuke, the final defense against the 3 big combos from Russia.
Yep.
But we're getting into a cut stream section, so you can time these correctly.
I think we saw a little bit of client lag on Vinxis' end there. I think that's a bit of a lag, a bit of a flippy cursor.
Some big drops. Red Pixel holding through that, as well as Aza, but the big combo from Red Pixel. Stoof's there as well, backing Aza up. We get into a build-up. Everyone hits it. All the combos are saved. The lead is with Canada. 2 combos are building faster than the one on Red Pixel, but
They
not
are
by
reeling
much.
in.
They're reeling them in.
Getting close.
Is it going to flip at the end again? There's not quite enough time.
God, these maps have been so close.
Acer and Stoof with the S ranks, they hold on. They missed at the same point.
Talk about synchronization.
And in fact, were the 2 lowest combos on their team, Ryuke and Vinxis with higher.
Just about the team performance. Just about being enough. Red Pixel had the highest score in the room and a solid ending from him. But the team from Canada just had that little bit more. And that pick backfires. Breakpoint for Canada.
Which kind of resets where Canada wanted to be. They know they need to take another breakpoint from Russia. But they're still in it. They know where they stand. 3 more maps for each team at most. And I think they're going to go all the way. I think we're going to see a tiebreaker, do you?
The way it's going. The way it's going, it's been hard to call. So many of these maps have been close. It feels like the 2 teams, they know what they want to play, but when the rubber meets the road, it just hasn't happened because it seems like people are breaking points all over the shop. It wouldn't surprise me if this went to 2B. I think for Russia though, that Enigma pick was super dominant. Maps like that might be a good way to go. Maybe things like Kakashi Goto, that's got some pretty nasty streams in it as well. I think maps like that may be the kind of map they need to get back on the straight and narrow. But I mean, it's up to Canada. Canada have some room here to throw a wrench in that plan. And well, here comes more whoobs.
Similar map to the last one, possibly picking into the same style on purpose. Shah by Handsome. Sakura Burst makes some good songs.
Oh yeah. Makes some really cool music. One of our featured artists.
And a very interesting map, this one too. It stops and starts. There's a lot of sliders, repeat sliders, and yet it's only 5.5 stars. There's no mechanics involved, really, you could say. It's all rhythmic, it's all timing. You have to time when you move rather than just be able to move your cursor a long way accurately.
Yeah, it's more about control. Some really tricky rhythms as well. Lots of weird rhythm choices and whatnot, and snappy movement required. Plus some very strange slider shapes you need to follow properly to not break on.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be treated to a spectacle. There are some interesting... What would you call them?
I'd call them handsome patterns.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'll agree with that.
I mean, you can be as good as you want to be on technical maps in solo, but playing this in a tournament setting, I'm curious. I'm curious.
As well, you should be.
In the early stages, the accuracy certainly is looking one way. Azer and Stupid, solid accuracies.
Yeah, but the combos are looking the other. 3 FCs from Russia still on the board. The map doesn't really change either, it's just how consistently can you hit these patterns.
Yeah. The second part has some more back and forth style alternate patterns. But yeah, it doesn't change a lot. And here's the slowdown, and there are 2 FCs and a high combo on Russia's side.
Well, not anymore. There's a buzz slider.
Well, oops.
Not much you can do about that. If you let go of a buzz slider just that tick too early, you lose your combo. And as does Neko DS. There goes the combo he'd been building. Nobody on Canada. Losing out to them.
Yeah, a little bit of advantage for them entering a slow section before the next big slider section. Azer and Alimetri, Kitsu and Osu with the FCs. Time to reflect here. Oh no, that's definitely advantage Russia, never mind. Talalar's combo.
Oh yeah, he's still got it. Keeping it up.
Either way though, it's still going to come down to Alimetri versus Azer at this point. They are the big players on this one.
Hey, even if Alimetri drops, Talalar has his back. That's not a big difference in combo. Only about 150. So you could even call that an FC. Everyone hitting that build up.
Here we go.
Get into the harder part of the map. Kitsu Osu drops. There goes his full combo. Talalar's there, backing him up, keeping the lead in Russia's favour. Big drops across the board. Fallen on 200 though. Now. But yeah, Ryuk.
His axe not helping him, but that combo is going to offset that compared to the other players in the room.
Talalar's trying his best, trying to keep it in Russia's favour, but he just can't do it. The lead flicks to Canada. If the combos on Fallen and Kitsu Osu were bigger, maybe they could have kept it.
Oh,
Ryuk misses!
Alright, it's the wind down. Still some hard patterns, easily breakable.
Easily breakable indeed. Neko DS misses. Fallen misses. Azer's keeping the FC. He's keeping it strong for his team. You said at the start, one player carries could be a thing, and the break from Talalar seals that deal. Azer misses just at the end, but
it wouldn't be enough. Yeah, the Stoof and Kitsu and Osu had combos that offset each other. That was the show regardless. Wow, another close matchup, and another tech map goes to Canada. Alimetri with that S rank. But the MVP on this one does go to Azer, closely followed by Talalar. Both doing very well for the team on that one. Man, the accuracy is Stoof with 97.6, which is really high for a map like this. Although the combo wasn't there, it was just enough for his team regardless.
And enough is all you need, with maps coming down to about 2 million points maximum score for each team. It's any little helps.
Yeah, I'm considering that map is a real accuracy killer. He had a large accuracy advantage over everyone else. That did help to offset the score somewhat. He contributed well enough, even if he didn't combo. Russia with the next pick. There's one DT remaining if they want to go down that route. 2 nomads left. There's an alternate style spaced stream map in Oka, Enbu, and there's Kakashi Goto, which is fairly standard nomad. But big space streams, which is something Russia have been strong at. Picks are beginning to thin out a bit now. There are a few comfort picks out there, but there's not a lot left for both teams. Both low ARs are open, but I feel like that's going to be more in favour of Canada in terms of who's going to pick that. Or at least I would gander. There we go, you can see what's left. There are 2 Hard Rocks remaining as well. Airman and Terminal remaining in Hard Rock. Airman being a relatively standard Hard Rock pick. Although it's very tough, 7-star mechanics in that one. And there's the DT. The last DT is picked by Russia. Romantic Fall. Yeah, the Bubble Man mentioned earlier, when this map went live in the pool, there were no FCs. There are FCs now, but only a couple. This is an awkward one. It's high approach rate, but it's not a comfortable map. Some awkward angles and awkward jumps to deal with on this. Not necessarily about the streaming, but there are a few 3 and 5 note bursts, nothing too major. It's also very long, it's 4 minutes. We're very close to it on DT.
Seeing a couple of swap outs from Canada. Azer is out of there. Don't think he's a big fan of 10.3, full stop, even with hidden or without.
Yeah, I don't think he'd want to play a map like this. This is definitely the kind of map you can see the likes of Alametri and Ryuk doing some work on. Among others in both teams. But I think Russia have a stronger 4 for this, do you think?
I would say most definitely. Russia on DT is a force to be reckoned with. Canada have the talent, they have Stu for UK. Trevor Asher comes in. We know they can play it. We know they can play our 8.8. UK with the very high combo. In fact, as high as he could, I guess. So we know they have the talent. Can they put it into action?
Well, this is New Canada. New Canada can DT. They've done well on it previously, so you wouldn't put it past them.
Of course, you're standing up against Russia. Toe
It
to
is
toe
Russia.
with the giants.
Yeah, but it was pretty close on DT2. It's a very different map though. DT2 is, in terms of flow in that, it's much more comfortable than this. Let's see, final DT now. Final DT remaining, picked by Russia.
Short intro. There is another ranked map of this. The song will be familiar with to some of these players. That one, however, is AR8. Much more of an older style.
Yeah, that one's quite old, like 2013, 2012, something like that, I think.
But of course, if you've been practicing enough, you'll be familiar with the song anyway. And out of the gate. Yeah, it's very drum and bass, standard E. It's more the map's aim patterns that set it apart from normal drum and bass. It's a Fellis map. It's a modern map, but it's an older mapping style.
Even though the style of this map doesn't change a lot, the difficulty definitely spikes in the choruses, I'd say. And here comes the first one. 3 FCs to 2 in favour of Canada.
The difficulty doesn't change, but the patterns do. There's a lot more awkward aim. Look, Fallen, Alametri, both drop. UK follows it up as well as Eddie.
Oh, wait, never mind. Still Stoof though. 1 FC to 1 with a decent combo lead, or decent score lead, sorry, in favour of Canada. But look at the time remaining. We're not even halfway yet.
Oh, there goes the big combo from Russia. 500 is gone. Eddie follows up. He's just a match for Fallen. The lower combos. Trevor actually drops his big combo, but followed by Aiden. There goes the FC. Nothing left on Russia's. Alametri's 400 is the highest they have. And Stoof breaks 1k at the end of that. He sees. He's the FC.
What
He's
happens
the
now?
man in the room. The one to watch. And now it's how long can he hold it? How much advantage can he give his team?
Stoof.
Big. Oh yeah, Stoof. Big pressure on the Russians. They've got to hold. All 4 of them have to hold. You have to hold very strong accuracy as well. Can it happen? Of course it can. It's Russia. They're almost infamous at this point. It's what they do. Stoof drops.
And here's where they have to hold on. They have a window of opportunity, but man, they've got to hold on. But 2 combos gone. That might be the chance gone already for Russia. That score lead is monstrous at this point, but there is a lot of map left. 2 good combos from Russia could save it, but the UK and Eddie and Trev holding them off.
They have that second line of defense to Canada. Trev drops, but there's still 2 combos. And Canada looking to have this in the bag. Trev and Stoof miss again. That'll only be impacting their accuracy at this point. Fallen drops the big combo he'd been holding. That might be the nail. Alametri with 1k. He had the 2 big combos.
On Stoof, he's missing, but he done the work. He did the work there. But it looks like Ryuk matching him as well by the end.
Oh yeah. And that was comfortable.
That was not... I didn't expect that to be a comfortable win. We were saying, oh yeah, Russia's got this one, and well, they had a good run, but we didn't factor in Stoof and the UK. Oh my goodness. Big win for Canada. And it's tied up 4-4. Elementary with a good combo on his side as well. He's the MVP of his team. Very close to those 2. But Canada just with a stronger team performance. And all the DTs are now exhausted.
Russia, I think, going to be looking to Hard Rock for their next pick. Or possibly the Nomad Kakishigoto. But right now, it's not Russia's pick. Where do you think Canada are going to go?
I think there's a few places they can go. I think Oka Enbu wouldn't be a bad shout. Terminal might be a good shout for them with the players they got. especially the way Stu's been playing. But they have so many good hard rock players. And they've won the last two. They've got good momentum underneath them too. And of course, there are two low AR picks, which I think both are going to be Canada favoured. So they're in a good position, man. They've got a few choices, I think. Maybe a low AR would be a good choice, because they can go for one and then go for another later on. They have
They
at least
do
two
have that. But low AR in free mod? I don't think they'd go for that because Russia have hard rock to play.
Actually, that's true, considering their hard rock prowess, yeah.
They can deal out that card wherever they like.
Even on that map, yeah, they could do a number on that. I guess it comes down to just how Canada feel in terms of their hidden play on that.
I think at the moment, Russia have 4 favoured picks, and I think Canada only have 3. It's enough. Both teams only have 2 more maps that they can pick if this is going to tiebreaker. In fact, Canada most definitely having 2 more maps to pick.
Yeah, as long as they choose wisely. Yeah, there's any chance. They're thinking it through. Can't blame them.
I would say they're holding Broken Moon. Keeping that in hand, and they go Hard Rock 1!
Okay.
Okay. Now that's a new one. That's not what I would have expected.
Yeah, this would be a good one for Russia, you'd think. Canada, though, can do well on it. They have very good hard rock players in the locker, but you're saying it's Russia they're against. Not a safe pick by any means, but I guess there hasn't been many safe picks the way this match has been going. Trying the look on the aim-intensive hard rock. 7 stars. With plenty of jumps and plenty of streams. With streams that have a high spacing and then immediately stop for the second half in terms of the aim, making you stop and start on them. All good patterns.
They're going to be focusing on in this. Because there's definitely more of a presence of jumps in this, but there's the streams splitting them up. Are Canada looking to FC a jump section and then hit a stream and carry that combo over? Or are they looking to get consistent combos through the streams, try and hold the combo through it, hope that Russia miss on streams, or hope that Russia miss on jumps, or...
I'd gather Russia... They'd know Russia would be decent on the streams, but the jumps might be decent for Canada if the players that have been showing up do it again here. We see Ryuk and Stufin again. They've been doing well. Trev's had some decent hard rock plays too. He was warming up on hard rock in the warm-ups. So, on the aim, they might be decent.
On that same vein, we saw Fallen warming up with hard rock. And he did really well, but he's missed. That's the first miss of the match. Possibly another mental battle from Canada. Masters of that mentality.
Yeah, they really are. This map's a long one too. This is 3 minutes 40. Important to keep you cool. First chorus. 2 FCs to 3 in favour of Canada here. Just Stoof with the break. The team backing up.
And another couple of misses from Russia. Players that weren't FCing. Stoof another miss. Following that up. The players that are playing well are definitely playing very... Oh, Aza! Oh, Trev! Oh, I'm so sorry.
It'll still be okay.
Fortunate. I think those were both on sliders. The UK's there to back them up, but 2 FCs for Russia now. Still through that section.
Nekadies and Alametri. two players you'd expect to do really well on this, and that they're really showing up.
Mecha DS on that DT. Played so well. Kept Ryuke at bay. He's doing it again and letting Alumetri add to that. One to match and one to exceed, and they're definitely exceeding Canada's performance.
They're not getting very far though. They're not getting very far in that score lead. They are starting to pull away a bit more now.
There's a long map. Ryuke breaks his FC. Now they're going to be getting further. Neko's dropped as well. There's the matches that have gone down for Alumetri.
Alumetri, yeah. He can take the ball and run with it all the way to the red side there. That score lead is going to be closing in, and this is one of the relatively easier parts. I say relatively.
Aza with another miss. This is looking dire. Canada 100 combo across the board. Fallen drops. Aiden drops. There's one big combo gone, but Alumetri. All eyes on him. This is a show. This is a masterclass. He misses, but he's got 800k in the bank. Now, Hard Rock. Hard Rock is infamous for having high HP. You see the shakes on Alumetri.
Oh, wow.
Say those
God, I don't want to say anything.
forbidden words to come back from this. Canada need to fail.
Well, I think someone left the room early. Hence that person leaving, but it looks like the deal was sealed. Russia do win that one. And Alumetri putting in the work. What a brilliant run that was.
Only just though. It was an early exit from Aiden. But the extra 300,000 points put them firmly in the lead. Now, Canada. They've put themselves behind again. Through a mispick. Took the wrong thing.
At the moment, they're going to have to get through another Russian pick. And there is plenty for them to choose from. But this could lead to a match point, and Canada having the pick on a match point could be a scary prospect. At this point, they'll only have one more pick left. And, well, if they're saving Broken Moon, they're going to have to go for it next pick. So on paper, regardless of what happens, this should go down to the wire. But if Russia lose this pick, that could be painful for Russia. Considering Canada have a strong pick in their locker. Potentially, of course.
But of course, strong pick or not, they need to break one of Russia's.
Yeah, regardless, when all said and done, they are going to have to win on a potential last pick by Russia. Assuming that they win their own picks at this point.
I'm still sure they've been holding Broken Moon.
I'd say that as well. I'd say that as well.
Keeping it back.
It just seems like such an obvious pick against a Russian team that's wanted to avoid AR8 all tournament. I'd be surprised if it didn't go for it. I know Broken Moon isn't AR8, it's AR 8.7, but it plays like an AR8 map because of the speed. Surely they must be picking it. If they don't, I'll be very surprised.
And yet, Russia just have the run of the board. They pick Terminal. This, I want to say, is very similar to Shah. There's a few key differences, but underneath it all, there's the same fast sliders, repeat sliders, stop and start and high spacing, but with this, there's also flow aim to deal with as well.
in terms of its slider patterning, it's got the same vibe, except on that higher approach rate and generally higher tempo because of the slider velocity, but the same sort of thing, yeah, I'd agree.
There's also larger circles as well.
Oh, we're going to be restarting the client real quick, bear with us. Back in a moment. Should be just a sec.
We saw Canada win Shah. We saw Canada play well on Platinum.
It just feels like this sort of thing is a Canada pick. Just on the balance of things on this sort of map. But
I would have completely swapped the two picks over. In fact, I would have said Russia would have been picking Airman for this pick. Canada may be picking Terminal last pick.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would have figured it would have been the opposite as well, yeah.
But we'll see. Russia... I have a sense that Russia know what they're good at. They know what they play well on. And a lot of us know what they play well on as well. It's clear to see. Double time, hard rock.
I guess the big question among this map between these two will be how they deal with the flowing. Because those streams and the weird bursts in this do lend itself well to some of the maps we've seen Russia do well on, but they're very weird and the angles it makes you take are quite uncomfortable. That's where this sort of tricky element comes in.
Very much the key difference. Because if you can't hit them, then there's no chance of you actually holding a combo on parts of the map that are similar to the ones we've seen. There's a lot of interesting rhythm in this as well. We'll be seeing accuracies falling not just because they're missing slider ends, but also interesting double, quad, irregular rhythms.
We're seeing some sensible names in Aza into play this one. Stoof in here, play this one again. UK Neddy, done well in Hard Rock previously. Seeing falling in once again for the Russian team. And Elementary and Echo DS doing well on the previous pick. Red Pixel is Red Pixel. You put him in if you want a good performance.
Quite interestingly enough, the base map for this is already approach rate 10, so there's no change to the AR. It's just the circle size, the overall difficulty that change. We're seeing a stronger start on the Russian side. We'll wait for the client to catch up.
Yep. Holland's going too fast.
So fast you can't even see the cursor move.
No. Like on a car when the wheels spin. It's going that quickly, it looks like it's not moving.
And then it looks like it's going in reverse.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was a mod. Imagine if you played a map in reverse.
Oh my gosh. You know what, that should be pretty cool. Someone should get on that froze laser.
And we... Oh no. Back in. Rip. We patch back in.
We're back in and it's looking pretty big here for Russia as we return. It's the second whoop section this. And well, it seems like Russia just did so well in the early section. You had a lot of high combos in that first half. And Canada didn't have a lot. Big misses.
Drops the combo he'd been holding with Ryuk. There goes all the scoring potential Canada had in this one, and now they're in a position where they need to win their next pick and then win Russia's.
Red Pixel the big MVP on that one with the slider break alongside with Neko DS. It was a really good team performance, actually, from Russia. Those 600, 800, 900 combo, very high on a map like this. And, well, look at that. Russia, and all of a sudden, in a great position. But it is time for Canada's pick. And now we find out whether we were right or wrong, because this is their last pick. What do Canada do? Do they go for that broken moon we've been chatting about, or do they throw a curveball? Because what's left?
What is left? They don't have anything really, I would say, is Canadian favoured. Okay, Enbu is, I think, the closest you'll get to that, but Russia is going to do well on that. I don't see any other options for them. And I mean, regardless of what they pick, they're going to have to take a Russian fastball. Kakashi Goto's still in there. We know Russia are going to do well on that. Spider Dance. I've seen a few names pop up on the leaderboard for that, for Russia as well. They're rolling 2.
What they're rolling for, though, that's the question.
I know exactly what I'd be going for if I were them. But we'll see.
My guess would be that I think Russia will go for Kakashi Goto on their last pick.
I would say the same thing. I think that's the only way the rest of this match plays out.
I don't think Spider Dance to be terribly favoured. And there it is. Broken Moon. They do go for that pick. They go for the low approach rate hidden. Reading map. This is last chance saloon for Canada. They need a result here, or they are out.
A lot of pressure on them. At the moment, it's Russia's to lose.
TLDR. Go on.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be wanting to lose it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was doing a quick TLDR on this map. This is an approach rate 8.7 pick, so it's not too low AR, but it is 128 BPM mapped in double BPM, so it plays like a 256 BPM map. Lots of 1-4 stacks, lots of 1-6 stacks, lots of tricky little overlapping patterns that are quite hard to read. So it plays like a low AR map at high speed. But it's short, very short. Below 2 minutes.
We'll be seeing. Correct me if I'm wrong, first appearance of Yuki-chan in this match.
No, I think Yuki-chan played in one of the maps earlier. But very early on. It's been quite a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking that was warm up. But again, I could be wrong. We know Yuki-chan is strong with AR8. Vinx says red pixel lock, not to read Talala. Oh, fall apart. Russia now with XUB missing.
It's just Yuki-chan. Oh, and Ryuke as well.
Yuki-chan Aza. Early misses, but holding the higher combo. Canada, of course, this was going to be a good pick for them.
Yeah. Halfway through, I'm in a big score lead. Quite a bit to go, yeah. Some tricky 1-6 coming up here.
There goes one of the FCs. Yuki-chan breaks. Combo advantage still to Canada. The lead still being dragged in their favour, and Vinx's misses as well. Big combos on Russia. XUB misses. 3-2. Ryuke drops his FC. Aiza is the only one left on the Canadian side with a combo. Or is there enough time for the Russians to bring it back? They have 3 high combos towards towards Aiza's 500. Talala misses. And here comes the outro. I think that might be it.
Yeah, they made it closer though, but not close enough. And in the end, it was a relatively good win there for Canada. That's their pocket pick, and it worked out well. Slider break from Aiza on that one.
Unfortunate early miss. Everyone stepping up, doing what they need to do. Aiza, Ryuke, Yuki-chan, even Vinxis. He hadn't have got the score he got. They would have lost that. At this point of the tournament, every little helps.
Yep. Every little combo you get is going to help out a lot. FCs are at a premium. Final
pool.
pick.
Definitely now Russia's playground. They have a lot of options. They are under no pressure.
No, they have 4 maps. Oka Enbu, alternate style, spaced streams, kind of awkward. Kakashi Goto, fairly standard, very streamy. Spider Dance is very jumpy, hidden. And Nanatsu Kyoto, low approach rate, 3 mod. Small circle size.
A lot of awkward patterns in Oka Enbu, Spider Dance, Nanatsu Kyoto. Kakashi Goto as well, maybe. A few awkwardly shaped streams in that. Easy to catch you out if you're used to just standard curves.
Yeah, it's not entirely comfortable, but relatively. And I think in terms of the style of map, it's a lot of those space streams are going to be, I feel like as a 4, Russia are going to be stronger on those sort of patterns than Canada will. But with it being kind of standard, it's not too out of the realms for anyone, really. I think Spider Dance is a scary pick for Russia. Canada have a lot of good hidden players. Although that map isn't really about reading, it's all about aim, really. Some kick sliders. But that's about it in terms of reading difficulty on Spider Dance.
And there it is. No mod for Kakashi Goto. There was no real other way that this could play out. Has a lot of stream patterns. There's one especially spaced one in the solo. The rest of them wind around. Few of them wiggle up and down, but there is a straight line path you can take through them.
Yeah, all the wiggles in this are cheesable. Fairly comfortably.
Of course, you can choose to hit them by wiggling your cursor, but you have to be a madman to think about doing that.
You get them style points. That cursor wiggle on stream, it's beautiful. It's a long map this as well. Over 3 minutes. There are plenty of jumps in it, but they aren't very big. It's really not the main event of this. The jumps are more or less just keeping your consistency more than anything. They're not going to be challenging these players to a great extent.
This, I would say, a very similar pick to Enigma.
Yeah, I'd say that as well. With a bigger circle size and a bit more spacing. And no 1/3, I guess. But here we go. Final pick of this match. If Canada win this, it goes to tiebreaker. I sure as hell want to see that. But this is a good pick for Russia, man. They're going to have to fight against the tide.
And in come their strongest. Aiza with an early miss in that intro. But the lineups, Aiza Stoof, UK Squaffle. Facing off against the Titans, Fallen, Red Pixel, Allometry, Neko DS. The highest caliber. Into a chorus. Squaffle misses on the build-up, but followed by Red Pixel. You're seeing what you mean by the wiggly bursts. This is from Ace of Stu for UK. All the combos are gone. Fallen and Kitsu on Osu. Holding on.
Yep.
Alametri misses. Big misses again. Fallen dropping a load of 50s, but holds the combo. Accuracy means nothing as long as you can keep that big number in the bottom left of your screen.
Yep, it just needs to not miss. Fallen is going to be the big man on this one in the early stage. Slow a bit to really rack that combo up too. Only 1/3 in though, still not over yet. But Fallen has been a strong player this match and he's got a big chance here.
He's using it to the best of his abilities. He's now almost 100,000 points clear. And that's reflected in the scoreline. Strong holds from Russia. They've got this on lock. If Canada had a pocket pick, so too did the Russians, showing it in style. The early misses, they were just slip-ups, they weren't red flags.
Nope, every single player on Russia holds through that core as Fallen still going with his full combo, 99% too.
Look towards the biggest streams. UK, big drop on that, missing the entire thing. No combos. Canada through that. But look at Fallen. He showed it in the warm-up. He's showing it again now.
And here comes the break. And they see what's up. They know that this is only going one way.
Or was that?
I think it might have been actually.
Was that coincidence? GG. Comes out in smoke.
And it was a GG.
Was a brilliant game.
Actually, wait, you know what? Before we say anything, there is a stream at the end of this. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to suggest it, but it might not be over yet.
Nah, that's a big scoreline. The only person that could change that is Fallen. His nerves have built up too far. It could be possible, but look at the scoreline. It's past 800,000. Fallen misses, but even a drop from him would not be enough.
Do they finish it off? Yes, they do.
In style.
Absolutely. Wow. Russia pulling that one off. A tense matchup. But Fallen and Red Pixel ending it as they started as absolute beasts. Great plays from those two. Finish off this matchup. And it will be Russia that progresses to the next round of OWC losers bracket at the expense of Canada.
Top 6. Nothing to sniff at. Canada have played exceptionally well.
This is by far their best run in the World Cup. And it was excellent.
A good go.
The matches they had were some of the best in the tournament.
Oh yes, most definitely. They have made some incredible memories.
Certainly matches that the people involved ain't going to forget for a long time. So they can take that and take their top 6 spot. Incredible stuff from the Canadians, and they'll be back stronger next year. So well played to Canada. Well played. Give us some brilliant matches. Pleasure to watch it. And as for Russia, they continue on showing up as good as we know they are. And they will face either Germany or Japan tomorrow. Depending on who wins, it'll either be 1400 if they face Germany or 1500 UTC if they face Japan tomorrow. And I think whoever they face, that's going to be a spicy match.
Oh, most definitely. Top 4 now. The 4 best teams in the tournament. Going to be seeing absolute crackers.
Oh man, actually we could be seeing either Russia, Germany or Japan in top 3, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
An unlikely name, I guess, but maybe not. Maybe not. But not who you'd expect at the start of the tournament.
Germany, I think, haven't been top 3 since 2014, where they placed 3rd, I think.
Yeah, 2014 that was.
Which back then was an incredible run by them. They just haven't been able to match it since, always placing 5th, 6th.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, back last time they had top 3 was the days of Captain XN and Cookie Easy. And of course, Dust Ice, who still is in the team.
The veteran. We see him playing incredibly well throughout this entire tournament. It's going to be an absolute treat.
Yeah, it's going to be a joy to watch him play on a map pool like this tomorrow. And that isn't until tomorrow. That is happening at 10 UTC. Brought to you on this channel. Of course, if you want to support your teams and give them energy, you can purchase OSU profile banners, which help support the tournament and provide for the prize pool in the OSU store. And if the team you buy a profile badge for wins, you get a fancy shiny animation on your user page to say you predicted it right. So that's for them.
$2.50 a pop. And if your team, I hear, goes out, you can always buy another one. Pretend you predicted right, if that's your cup of tea.
Oh. But as that stands, we are done for now here. The next match isn't until tomorrow, and it should be a banger, or set of banger matches. Should be brilliant. But as for us, we hope you enjoyed the matches. It was a pleasure casting with you as always, Bubble. Always good,
And
mate.
you. Honor and a pleasure.
Oh yeah. So until tomorrow, we will see you next time for more OS World Cup 2018. Have a good night, guys. Take care.